Bonjour, bonjour, third years, and here is our lesson for today. We are going to keep the same title that we had last time because we're doing a bit more work on this. En voyage, comment? And I hope you can remember what en voyage, comment means in English. Yes, it means how do we travel? How do we travel? How do we get there? And you'll see today's date, mardi 28 avril. And in today's lesson, we're going to look at two main areas, grammatically speaking. And they are les négations and the verbs choisir et partir. So these are the two main areas we're going to look at before we get started with our work today. So let's look at the first of those, which is les négations. Do you know what les négations means in English? It does mean negatives. The clue is in the first 5 letters of the word, then in fact the first 6 letters of the word. Négation means negatives. So there are 4 negative forms in French that we're going to look at today, which some of them will not be new to you. So this first one, hopefully you will all recognize. Ne pas, ne pas. What does ne pas mean? It means not, does not. You put it around a verb. That's what the 3 dots in the middle are for there. That is because we'll put a verb in there. We put that around the verb. It makes it negative. It means we will not do that, or make that, or watch that, or eat that, or whatever. So it's the idea of not. The next negative form, not just not, but ne jamais, this means never. So rather than we won't do something, we will never do something. Then the third form, ne plus, this means no longer, no more. I no longer do something. I don't do it anymore. And this final funny looking one, you can see has 3 words in it. Ne, ni, and ni. And that means neither nor. So I do neither this nor that. I eat neither this nor that. So that's how we'd say neither nor in French. So let's look at a few sentences. Now, none of these sentences at the moment are in the negative. They're all positives. And they are all using the verb prendre, which means to take. And they all include, of course, different modes of transport. So can you tell me, well, I can't hear you, but can you say what these sentences mean in English? Je prends l'avion. Je prends l'avion means I take the plane. I take the plane. If I'm going to America, I'll take the plane. Il prend le bateau. He takes the boat, or the ship, or the ferry, if you prefer. He takes the boat. Il prend le bateau. Elle prend le bus et le métro. She has 2 forms of transport that she takes. She takes the bus and the underground, the metro. On prend le car. On prend le car. Yes, you could say one here, but we could say we. We take, what is le car? It's not the car, of course, because that's la voiture. This is the coach. We take the coach. And interesting with this one, this is really interesting here. J'ai pris le train. Okay, you know le train is the train. That's obvious. J'ai pris. It's not I take, because that's je prends. What is j'ai pris? It is the past tense, or the perfect tense is I took. I took the train. Talking about in the good old days when I was allowed to travel somewhere, and I took the train to London to go out to London somewhere. Okay, so those are our 5 sentences, all in the positives. No negatives at all, but I'm now going to add some negatives to them. And you can see where they go, because I'm going to highlight them in red. Here they come. So now I've added some negatives into those sentences, and I've highlighted them in red just to show you exactly where they are. So now I've got je ne prends pas l'avion. This means I don't take the plane. So if I'm traveling to America, I don't take the plane. I'll go by boat instead. However, il ne prend jamais le bateau. He never takes the boat. He never takes the boat when he's traveling. Ne jamais. Notice the ne and the pas and the ne and the jamais go either side of the verb. Il ne prend pas l'avion. Il ne prend jamais le bateau. Now we've got this funny one with 3 words. Elle ne prend ni le bus ni le métro. She takes neither the bus nor the underground, the metro. So we still have the ne in front of the verb. That will come with all of them, notice. But here we've got the neither and the nor. I've replaced what was in the previous sentence, the word et. If you have a quick look, there it is, et, and. I've got rid of that and replaced it with the second ni. Elle ne prend ni le bus ni le métro. She takes neither the bus nor the underground. On ne prend plus le car. We no longer take the coach. We don't take the coach anymore. We use a different means of transport. We don't take the coach anymore. We no longer take the coach. Ne plus. And with our past tense one, if you look carefully what I've done here, here's the part of the verb saying that I took, the past participle, but the ne and the jamais goes around the avoir part, not around the pris part. So, je n'ai jamais pris le train, which means I have never taken the train. I've never taken the train. And I've highlighted that E in red as well because in the positive it was just j'ai, but now that I've got the ne in front of the A, the ne loses its E and has an apostrophe, but the E of the je can come back because it's not being followed by a vowel now. So, je n'ai jamais pris le train. I've never taken the train. Okay, so those are our sentences in negative forms. Let's have a quick look now at these two verbs, choisir and partir. Two verbs, and they are both from the same family because you can see they are both what we would call IR verbs because they both end in IR in their infinitive forms. However, there's a difference between the two because choisir is a very regular IR verb, but partir is a very irregular IR verb. So let's look at the first one, choisir. Choisir means to choose, and here are the singular forms of the verb to choose. Je choisis, tu choisis, il or elle or on choisit. All three forms sound exactly the same. Choisis, choisis, choisis. The only difference is the first two, the je and the tu, end in s. The il, elle, on form ends in a t. But they also have the I in them just before that last letter, so you can see again that they are an IR verb. Je choisis, tu choisis, il, elle, on choisit. I choose, you choose, he, she, or we choose. And for all regular IR verbs, they follow that pattern from the infinitive to get to this pattern. However, partir is not regular, so it does something slightly different. You can see there's no I appearing here. So partir means to leave or to depart. And in fact, the T and the I have disappeared, as well as that R. And then, but with the endings, you'll notice the last letters are the same. We've still got an S, and a T. And the three words sound the same as each other. Je pars, tu pars, il, elle, on part. So they sound the same. That ends in a T, those two with an S. But what they haven't got is this SIS, or in this case it would be a TIS. They haven't got those. So that's why it's irregular. It's not following this same pattern. Je pars, tu pars, il, elle, on part. So let's put some of those verbs into some sentences then. So if I had je choisis le train, what does that mean in English? Yep, it means I choose the train. I choose the train. And if I said elle part en Afrique du Sud, that would mean she leaves or she is leaving for South Africa. Afrique du Sud, South Africa. She's leaving for South Africa. One more thing to look at though. What if I wanted to make these sentences negative? I no longer choose the train. How would I say I no longer choose the train? Well, no longer is ne plus. We have to put those two words around the verb. Which word in this sentence is the verb, I wonder? So you should have the answer, je ne choisis plus le train. Je ne choisis plus le train. And she never leaves for South Africa. Well, this is she leaves for South Africa, but I want to say she never does it. So the two words for never, ne, of course, and jamais. That needs to go around the verb. Which of these words is a verb, I wonder? Let's have a look. It should be Elle ne part jamais en Afrique du Sud. Elle ne part jamais en Afrique du Sud. She never leaves for South Africa. So there we have our negatives, and we have the two verbs choisir and partir, and that's what you're going to be working on today. The exercises I want you to do are all on Firefly, but just so that you are aware and you can remember, for the listening exercise that I want you to do, which is on page 115, it's exercise 5, remember where you can find the audio file for that. Yes, indeed. You go to Caboodle, you get yourselves logged into Caboodle, and you click on the Resources tab. Once you are here, you go all the way down to Aller 2, and we need to click on 7 autour du monde. Then we scroll down to 7,2 pour les vacances en réserve. And in this middle section, if we scroll down a little bit, we will find eventually, here it is, 7.2 Student Book Audio Activity 5. You click on that, and then up comes your audio file in a little window. When it's ready, there it is. You click on play, and off you go. You can listen to the listening to do that particular exercise. Okay, so I will meet up with you again on Teams once you've done those tasks at the allotted time, and I look forward to hearing your answers about negatives and choisir and partir. Bonne chance, à bientôt, merci, au revoir.